May I stay with you tonight?
You have only to ask.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most significant and moving gestures between couples on HBO's epic period drama, The Gilded Age. There will be spoilers.
Peggy, do I hear wedding bells?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Number 10. Mr. Borden understands. The Russell chef Josh Borden and housekeeper Mrs. Bruce seem fairly casual in their special friendship. Then Borden proposes marriage from out of nowhere.
I would like to ask you to be my wife, Mrs. Bruce. As a matter of fact, I've been carrying this around for weeks.
His mood drops just as suddenly when Mrs. Bruce turns him down. But she reveals that her husband is still alive and committed to a hospital due to mental illness.
How long has he been ill?
Looking back, I suppose I refused to see the signs until they became impossible to ignore. That was about 10 years ago.
She worried that the truth would make Borden see her as a victim or unfaithful. He instead praises her strength and empathy for her estranged husband.
You think me foolish?
On the contrary, I think you noble.
This exemplifies their own relationship as being based on a respect that high society would likely stigmatize. Borden and Bruce don't need a piece of paper to understand their commitment to one another.
I want to remember every tiny detail, every moment.
Then remember this.
Mr. Borden.
Number 9. Mutual support with a bit of passion. George is rattled after conceding to the Steelworkers Union to avoid a violent strike break. Bertha consoles him with intimacy that night, but is quick to change the subject to her pettier problems.
Mrs. Astor's made me an offer, and now I don't know what to do.
What sort of offer?
A box at the Academy of Music.
And?
I must consider it, George.
Of course, the so-called opera war doesn't seem petty to George. He eagerly advises his wife to not yield to Mrs. Astor's offer of a box seat at the Academy of Music if she ceases promotion of the Metropolitan Opera House.
At the Met, you'll be a founding member, and you can reign supreme. You don't need to be in Mrs. Astor's shadow.
You make a good case.
It's your case. I'm just repeating it.
The stakes are hardly as high as the financial and moral crisis in the business community's feud with unions. So George putting that aside to help his wife sums up the mutual support that defines a mature marriage. The aforementioned intimacy does help, though.
What was that for?
I can't stop thinking about Pittsburgh and what could have happened if they started firing.
Number 8. John Adams invests in Oscar. Oscar Van Ryn and John Adams IV have their own love language, muted by 19th century society's suppression of homosexuality. John reluctantly accepts reality when his lover ends the affair in season 2 to find a wife.
It's different for you. You've got brothers. I am the torchbearer of the House of Van Ryn. Don't hate me.
I will never hate you.
By the time they reunite at a party in season 3, Oscar is scammed out of his inheritance and struggling to raise capital. John doesn't hesitate to offer a loan to entice investors out of his love and respect for Oscar.
I'll write a check for you to invest, and when I talk about it, others will follow.
Would you do that for me?
I'd do anything for you.
They could never be together in public, but the seemingly typical scene of two men doing business is distinguished by a deeper motivation. Only after John dies in a carriage accident does Oscar come to terms with his true love.
I'm sure you don't want to hear that I miss him. Do you know, I sat in the back row of his funeral like a stranger who walked in to get out of the rain, when I should have taken my rightful...
Oscar.
Oh, my. Oscar.
Number 7. Larry and Mrs. Blane in bed. The Gilded Age is generally far off from what modern audiences and HBO would consider scandalous. In fact, when Larry and Susan Blane cozy up in bed together, they talk through the scandal of their affair.
You worry too much. No one cares.
People care.
Larry accepts that he must not be seen in public with the wealthy widow, but he assures her of his love. Mrs. Blane in turn reveals that she's been developing feelings beyond a mere tryst with a handsome younger man.
I'm not sowing any wild oats. Because I love you.
And I'm very much afraid that I love you, Mr. Russell.
which was not part of the original plan.
It doesn't last, of course, as Mrs. Blane ends the affair to protect Larry's reputation. For a moment, though, she knew that she could love again.
Here I was thinking we had a future. But no.
Bye, Larry. Look after yourself and please try to be kind when you think of me.
Number 6. A walk through Central Park.
What about luncheon at Delmonico's? Madison Square, I mean, of course, not Broadway.
I don't know the difference, but no.
Well, what about coffee?
Where?
In some salubrious hotel? The St. Cloud? Or the Metropolitan?
You know your way around already.
I'm a quick learner.
Upstart lawyer John Rakes seems to embody all of Marian Brooks' romantic ideas about her fellow New York transplants. Their meager courtship suddenly escalates during a stroll through Central Park with Peggy. When the couple is alone, Tom waxes poetic about his dreams in the big city, then shocks Marian with a marriage proposal.
Mr. Rakes, we've only met a handful of times.
You see, for me, I knew it once. When you came to my office for help that time. I could have asked you then, but now I'll keep on asking until you say no.
She eventually accepts, even if it means being cut off from the family fortune. The passion is always evident, but sadly not enough. Tom ends up begrudgingly opting to marry Sissy Bingham for financial security.
We know New York now, you and I. There's a life to be lived here, and a good life. But two penniless strangers from out of town could not have hoped to live it.
But Miss Bingham can make sure of that life for you? Well, why not? She won't suit the old crowd, but she'll do well enough with the new, and her fortune is more than ample for both of you.
This dampens his and Marian's once sincere love story, but the fantasy of that fateful afternoon in the park is undeniably infectious. Number 5. Bertha and George reconcile.
If I were you, I would discuss it with George before you decide to stir things up.
George? You mean Mr. Russell?
So he never told you about us? Funny, I thought that was why I was sacked, because you were jealous.
Jealous of what?
You should ask your husband.
It's anything but a romantic moment when Bertha discovers that before her former lady's maid Enid Turner married into money, she attempted to seduce George. This leads to a heated rift. Despite Bertha believing that her husband did not succumb to the advances, she's just hurt that he didn't trust her to trust him.
It was never her claim that hurt me, but your silence.
Will you forgive me now?
If I do, enjoy it. There will be no more forgiveness if you hide any such thing from me again.
The two embrace and apologize for how they've hurt each other. This tees up the aftermath of a narrowly successful society dinner, when George coyly reminds Bertha that he only has eyes for her.
Have I told you how lovely you look tonight?
Several times. George.
They retire to their chambers finally, and literally put this matter to bed. Number 4. Bridget's dinner with Jack. Van Ryn housemaid Bridget has had a flirtatious friendship with footman and aspiring entrepreneur Jack Trotter, but childhood trauma has made her apprehensive toward men.
That made me jump.
Don't worry, I'll look after you.
Not like that. Not like that.
Romantic prospects seem dashed when the fortune Jack makes off of selling his alarm clock allows him to acquire his own household. However, he invites Bridget to join him when she brings dinner to his lavish new home.
I'm a servant.
Not in this house. No, in this house, you're a guest of the master.
Do you mean it?
Of course I do.
Finally, someone treats her like the ladies she's always treated. While there's still an air of will they or won't they over this enchanted evening, this distortion of class marks the beginning of a deeper friendship, and Bridget finding peace with a good man.
I'm honored to welcome you. It feels very safe with you here. Can I say that without making you feel uncomfortable?
I'm not uncomfortable. Not at all.
Number 3. Ada and Luke dance.
It's to be Aida. Have you heard it?
I know it's very moving.
It's a love story. Well, of course, it's a tragic love story.
Ada's lonely days are merely stalled by her tragically brief marriage to Luke Forte. It's a love story of mere moments between the pastor's sweet proposal and sudden death. But one seemingly mundane moment makes it all count. As the newlyweds settle into married bliss, their new music box begins loudly playing Strauss's The Blue Danube. The couple turn the parlor into their personal ballroom, expressing all the giddy, youthful feelings they had thought were lost to time.
You make me feel as if I were 16 again. Is that good?
feels good to me.
Luke is diagnosed with cancer soon thereafter. In their final moments together, Ada affirms that the long-sought love of her life has finally given that life the strength to carry on. With that, it feels as if their fleeting happiness will linger.
Thank you.
For what?
For loving me back.
How could I not?
Number 2. Marian and Larry's first kiss.
Let the three of us be friends, in spite of everything. Contra mundum.
There were the usual hints at romance between Marian Brooke and Larry Russell throughout the first 2 seasons of The Gilded Age. After several rich yet ill-fated romantic arcs, they finally realized the obvious while walking home from the Met.
Will you stay in New York?
I hope so. I love New York. I love everything about it.
Good. I'd hate for us to have to say goodbye.
We'll never say goodbye. We know far too much about each other's lives not to be friends forever.
Their euphoric talk of the future and their friendship is interrupted by an impulsive kiss. Thus begins the initially secretive romance that fans had been waiting for. Then the relationship really gets complicated throughout a messy season 3. With how Marian and Larry's courtship began, after so much buildup, we'll continue to root for them.
One thing we can be sure of. We're not going to solve all our problems tonight. But, Miss Brooke, may I have this dance?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Dr. Kirkland proposes. Peggy Scott's poor luck in love continues into her courtship of Dr. William Kirkland. Even within the overburdened community of Black high society, Peggy is stigmatized because her father was born a slave.
After I was freed, I came north to take advantage of the opportunities that came with emancipation.
I see.
William is torn between his love for her and his respect for his mother's wishes, especially after learning about Peggy's tragic past. Mrs. Kirkland eventually concedes to her son's devotion when her husband takes a stand for love. Thus, William surprises Peggy at the Newport ball.
When you left, I thought it was over.
Hardly. I promise never to leave you again if you'll have me.
In front of their entire community, he gets down on one knee and proposes. Besides a symbol of solidarity among Black Americans, this moment at last marks true happiness for Peggy and the very height of romantic television.
Dr. Kirkland is a fine man, and we are all looking forward to dancing at your wedding. All right. Right?
What moments on The Gilded Age put down your emotional guard? Mingle in the comments below.